What wine is to French cuisine, what olive oil is to Italian cuisine, fish sauce is definitely an essential part of Vietnamese cuisine and Vietnamese life. Whether it's used in a dipping sauce, put in soup, in a marinade, it's used in almost every dish in Vietnamese food. Vietnam has a population of about 90 million, but they consume over 200 million litres of fish sauce every year. That is why a lot of people say when they come to Vietnam that you can smell the fish sauce when you get off the plane. We are in Phu Quoc. This island in the south of Vietnam is one of the main producers of fish sauce for the whole of Vietnam. This morning, we're in An Thoi Harbour, and it's absolutely buzzing along the coastline. All the fishing boats are coming in with their catch for the day, and they're bringing in squid and fish. And so as you can see, fishing is a big part of the life for the people here in Phu Quoc. And even though
on the southeast coast of Phu Quoc is the port town of An Thoi, one of the traditional fishing ports on the island. Currently it serves fishing boats and small cargo boats for local residents. The sea off this coast is one of the two most important fishing grounds in Phu Quoc Island, providing the anchovies to make the best quality fish sauce around. I'm so lucky to have the chance to join a fishing trip on the Phu Quoc with Mr. Sơn, an experienced captain at An Thoi Port.
Well, first of all, we had to walk across the plank onto the boat, which was quite rocky and scary, and a few of us were worried that we were going to get seasick, but mostly we were okay.
Mr. Sơn was born to a Cambodian father and Vietnamese mother. He has lived in Phu Quoc since the 1950s. His family started to make traditional fish sauce and established Phu Quoc fish sauce production in 1960. Since then, he has not only gone fishing for anchovies, he has also developed his family's traditional trade. After 30 years of being a captain, Mr. Sơn has developed the ability to detect the signal of large schools of fish just by using his eyes and his experience on the waters. Now he has become one of the most experienced captains in the An Thoi fishing port.
Định vị cái con cá là dùng nước, ví dụ như mình nhìn bằng cái tầm mắt thôi, nhưng mà mình đón cái con nước với gió. Ví dụ như cái ngọn gió như thổi như thế này, mà nước nó phải chảy sao, nước phải chảy về đó hay là nó chảy về hướng này, thì con cá nó sẽ ở chỗ nào. Mình phải biết, mình phải ghi vô trong đầu á. Đâu có ghi vô giấy được, ghi vô trong đầu mình nhớ năm này qua tới năm kia.
Bấm chuyển hình khác rồi bấm này. Ra này nè, đi tới bắt cá đó, lấy con đá đó.
In Phu Quoc, they have a strict rule that women should never be on the fishing boat. So, the fishermen have to manage everything themselves, from sewing the fishing nets to cooking. A near-shore fishing trip like this one will often get started at 3 p.m. and will finish at 9 a.m. on the following day. So the fishermen must also adapt their daily routines to follow the working times on the boat. They cook and eat a meal at 3 p.m, then take a rest. At 6 p.m, the fishing begins and they will work all through the night until the morning.
That was the most exciting part, I think, because I got to spend time with the fishermen and see how they stayed on the boat.
Eating a meal with Mr. Cern here feels like the calm before the storm. We have just been resting, and while we still have time to sit and enjoy the meal, I can feel the anticipation of the work that is about to start. No space on the deck is wasted. We are using the comfortable and clean surface of the ice boxes to eat on. The sea is just below us, and the seafood is probably the freshest I've ever had.
We're in Phu Quoc. Phu Quoc has had a thriving fishing industry for 200 years now, and one thing that makes it so successful, why there's so many fish, is because of the rich seaweed areas around the island, and that is a perfect breeding ground for the anchovies, which go into the fish sauce, which is what we're going to get these fish for. The teamwork that they have on the boat is really amazing. Everybody knows what to do and exactly when to do it. Yeah, they look after each other and they work together. They have worked together with each other for a long time. They all seemed happy, very happy to be there.
Fishing is really hard work. The fishermen have to work non-stop to keep pulling the nets up. Every inch of the deck is a hive of activity, and everyone is eager to see how many fish are going to be in the net.
I think we've got to get them out of the nets. They do some hard work and they do some dangerous work too. I'm not sure which is more dangerous, when they got in the water to do that, or the people who are working around here when there's ropes going everywhere and the mast is swinging. I think a lot of the work here they do is quite dangerous, but they're quite skilled at it. And I think with the guy in the water, when he's out far away from the boat, I wonder if he always gets a little bit nervous that the boat will leave or something like that, because it's very dark and very lonely out in the waters here, I think. This is our second catch for the night. Susan expects that in this catch alone, there will be 1 ton of fish that will be sorted, so that some of the squid and bigger fish will be taken out. And there should be about 50% anchovies, which will be salted and preserved on the boat here, and then turned into fish sauce in the morning. At one stage, I was helping lift up the basket of fish into the tray, and from there they would sort out the big fish and also take out things like squid or prawns or any other things that they found. And they told me to take out the big fish and take out squid and things like that. Sometimes I didn't know what size fish I should look for, so mostly I just took the squid because they are very easy to pick from the other fish. Wow. And from what I saw, there were many types of fish in there, and I thought they just wanted to take the anchovies. But I realized that there are a lot of anchovies, but also some other fish mixed in as well.
Trong cái đêm hôm nay á, là ra thì cá mà để chất lượng để mà làm nước mắm đó thì rất là ít. Vì những cái cá tạp chất nhiều quá, cho nên là nó không có cho mình được đạt cái ý muốn mình ra để mà tìm những cái loại cá mà có chất lượng. So ra hồi xưa với bây giờ thì nó chênh lệch quá xa. Bây giờ thì cá nó rất là hiếm. Sau này là cái nguồn cá cơm thấy nó kiệt quệ, nó không có còn nữa. Bởi vì quá trời nhiều ngành nghề nó cũng đánh ghim vào con cá cơm để bắt hết.
After 12 hours of work and 4 times pulling up the nets, we still don't have enough anchovies to make a barrel of fish sauce. Hopefully, the 5th net will bring us more luck.
This is the 5th and the last net for the night. Jusun says that there's still not enough anchovies to make, to put the salt on and to preserve them. So if there's not enough in this catch, it could be a sign that the numbers of anchovies in these waters are depleting year by year.
During the fishing season, which lasts from July to December, the fishermen catch the anchovies by net, separate the anchovies from the other fish and creatures in the nets, and immediately start combining them with salt, about 1 part salt to 3 parts below the deck. For fish sauce to develop a good aroma and taste, the fish must be fresh and salted minutes after leaving the sea.
Cái lần cuối cùng thì mình được một mẻ cá đó khoảng chừng 2 tấn cá, nhưng mà trong đó tỷ lệ cá cơm nó được khoảng chừng 70%. 70% cá cơm, còn cá tạp chất thì nó khoảng 30%. Loại cá đó như vậy thì mình có thể mình đem mang về làm cái nguyên liệu để làm nước mắm được.
With over 170 barrels made from tropical wood, The Phu Quoc facility is one of the largest fish sauce makers on Phu Quoc Island. Their success has been up and down over many years.
Là tầm khoảng 11 hoặc 12 tuổi thì khi đó tôi thấy cái nghề mà sản xuất nước mắm á, thì nó rất là cực. Tại vì khi đó thì nhà tôi thì cái quy mô rất là nhỏ, tầm khoảng 10 cái miệng thùng thôi. Trong cái suy nghĩ của tôi thì tôi không có thích một cái nghề này bao giờ.
Bây giờ là con mà bây giờ thì nó có nhiều đứa nó không có, nếu là nó thích thì càng tốt, chứ còn mà nếu không thích thì mình cũng chuyển nó đâu được. Và theo tôi thấy là nếu nó nhìn tới nhìn lui mà cái nghề này, nếu mà mình cha mẹ mà làm ra tiền như thế này thì nó phải theo thôi chứ sao vậy. Nếu nó bỏ thì quá uổng rồi.
After Mr. Sern's son, Zhang Ngọc graduated from university in Singapore, he came back to help his father manage the facility. Now Mr. Sern only needs to worry about the fishing and finding enough anchovies for the fish sauce making process. There are some 100 fish sauce production facilities on Phu Quoc, who combined produce 30 million litres of fish sauce per year. Phu Quoc fish sauce is made from fermenting anchovies in large barrels measuring 3 metres in diameter and 4 metres in height. They hold about 13 tonnes of fish and salt. The barrels are made from jackfruit and another local tropical wood and are tied together with rattan from the local mountains. They can be used for up to 60 years. After finishing the fishing trip, the fish are transported directly to the Phu Quoc facility, immediately placed into the wooden barrels, where the chemical-free fermentation process will begin.
The bags were a bit lighter than the boxes. They were heavy enough, and doing 1 or 2 is not so bad, but as you can see in the truck, we've done a lot already and there's still a lot of bags to go. And the hardest thing is carrying it up the ladder and balancing, and that's the thing. But yeah, it's very hard physical work because it's just so much fish. This is the climax. I can't smell the fish anymore. At first, when the fish came, that was the worst smell. It's worse than the smell in this room here before the fish came. But now, it's not so bad, just a little bit. It smells like cat food. Em làm gì đấy?
Giờ này em đo độ muối của thùng đây. Mình để từ từ xuống.
Cái này có đủ độ mặn chưa?
Đủ rồi anh. Cái này mình dắt thêm có 2-3 muối nữa.
This part is, I guess, the fun part. The only thing is that it hurts your feet because I still have salt on my feet, so it's scratching me. But yeah, you don't feel all the fish on your feet anymore, so it's much more fun. When they first came, the fish were a lot rounder, but now they're flat and they're squashed down. And it looks brown because the salt is sea salt and it has that color. But it looks like what I would expect the fish in the fish sauce barrel to look like before they start making the fish sauce. Okay. This timber is the cây nhung, the nhung tree. And now we're putting it on top of the fish, put pressure on them while they ferment to make the fish sauce. This tree is only found on Phu Quoc Island and is chosen because it's strong enough to hold the pressure of the fish. I wonder whether, like a wine barrel, it might add some flavor to the fish sauce too. It's good hard work, which I don't know whether they enjoy it or not, but for me, I think it's rewarding at the end because you can see the fish come out, you can see them go to the fish sauce factory, and with the dinner, we were eating fish with fish sauce, so it was kind of nice to see that we're at the beginning of that process, and at the same time, we were eating the fish sauce at the end. And I think that they must have a sense of satisfaction when they eat dinner with their family, knowing that they contributed to making the fish sauce. Whoa. After 24 hours of hard work, it's taken since getting the fish from the ocean to put them into here. It's been very hard work, but these fish will need to stay here for at least 1 year to ferment. So if you come back to Phu Quoc in a year, check out barrel number 18. That's the fish sauce that I was involved making, and we're going to check out some fish sauce that they made earlier over here. After all of that hard work, this is the final result of the fish sauce making process. So from one of the barrels that you saw earlier, we get 3,000 to 4,000 liters of fish sauce. Shall we give it a try and see how it tastes? Look at that. Smells pretty good too. Nice and salty. That would be very good with some Vietnamese food. That's all from this episode of Vietnam Discovery in Phu Quoc. I hope you can join us again next time. Bye bye. As for fish sauce making, 1 time is enough, I think.